Hello YouTubers! Thank you all for checking out our channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Trish, and this channel is here to help you grow as a dancer. We post all kinds of videos on common problem areas in dance, such as connection, technique, leading and following, musicality, and much more. Today's video is going to be on how to have good technique in salsa. All right, so let's get to it. The first thing that I want to talk about with our technique in salsa is starting from the feet, okay? When we're dancing salsa or really any Latin dance, we want to make sure that our toes are slightly turned out. Here's why. Salsa is an Afro-Cuban dance. It has Cuban motion, and that means that our hips need to be rotating in circular action like a figure eight. And in order to do that, we want to make sure that we give ourselves the best range of motion possible. Literally, I want you to try this with me now. Go ahead and dance with your toes turned in, pointing together, and try to make your hips go backwards. It's super awkward and feels kind of funny, and it looks kind of silly too. But go ahead and now I want you to click your heels together, and your toes are slightly out, about a fist length distance between the balls of your feet. Now I want you to try to make your hips go in that figure eight motion and feel how much more flexibility you have, how much more range of motion there is in your hips when you do that. So that's the first thing. Try to maintain this position the whole time you're dancing and not do this with your toes, because that's going to be super awkward and your hips will be certainly sore from that. All right, so our heels are together. The next thing is, in any Latin dance, we want to make sure that we keep contact with the floor. So when we step, we point our toe and we lower the heel. The only part of the foot that leaves the floor in salsa is your heel, not your toe. So we don't want to literally pick our feet up when we're dancing. And we also don't want to step with our heel. Heel leads such as that are for dances that require traveling around the room, but this is a spot dance and we're not trying to go anywhere except within our own little area, okay? There are exceptions, of course. When you're doing salsa shines, you might pick your foot up and do a kick or some type of stylized action, and that's it. But anytime you're dancing patterns or basic movements in salsa, you want to keep your feet on the floor, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and dance our basic, and I just want you to dance, we're gonna do the forward part first of the leader's roll, and we're dancing on one. And I want everyone to just focus on keeping their toes turned out and their toes in contact with the floor. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn around, dance this with me, ready? So we're all gonna go forward. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. As you're doing this, you should feel, I'm gonna go ahead and face you, go ahead and keep practicing. You should feel your legs brushing towards one another as your feet are passing. So your knees are dancing straight ahead, your toes are slightly turned out, and your toes are staying in contact with the floor. All right, you got that? Let's go ahead and move on. So the next thing is going to be our knee action, and this is all we're gonna get to today. If we can master these two things, your hips are gonna be moving in no time. It's totally an illusion that my hips are doing all the work. My hips are moving as a reaction from my knees and my foot action into the floor, okay? So if you stand with your feet together facing me, we're going to take our right knee and we're gonna bend it forward. As you do this, notice how one hip went lower than the other. And if you place your hands on your waist, you'll see one side is higher and one side is lower. Now go ahead and switch and bend your left knee and straighten your right. Notice how that caused a shift in your hips. This is called a natural pendulum swing. Our hips naturally swing when we bend and straighten the knees. When we're dancing salsa, we want to make sure that we're bending and straightening our knees on each weight shift, and that's what's going to cause our hips to swing side to side. And then when we get good at this, then we can add rotation and make it look a little bit sexier and more rhythmic. But first, let's make sure we get these mechanics down, okay? We're gonna dance our basic, and I want you to only focus on bending and straightening on every single step, okay? Go ahead and dance towards me with your left foot. You're going to step forward and you're gonna go bend straight and then shift your weight back. Bend straight and then step, bend straight. Again, bend straight, bend straight, bend straighten. Bend straight, bend straight, bend straight. The action of bending and straightening the knee over one weight shift causes the hip to do that swing. Step, straighten, step, straighten, step, straighten. All right, I'm gonna turn around, we're gonna dance that together. Left foot forward, we have and, we always have to prep first, get your knee ready to move, and then we step 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. All right, so that is all I have for you today. Keep practicing this. Remember, heels together, toes are slightly out to give you the range of motion for your hip. Also remember sliding the toes, keeping contact with the floor. And lastly, bending and straightening your knees on every step to cause a natural swing in your hips. Practice that and let me know how it goes. If you have any video suggestions or questions, please let us know in the comments below and we'll be happy to answer or help you out with those videos. And stay tuned for the next video. Have a great day.